Hi, Jenny. We've been thinking recently quite a lot about mental health, and I think what we're recognising is that actually we're all vulnerable and all of us can suffer at times with our mental health, that we don't feel very healthy. And one of the things is that people talk about a lot is this idea of self-care. I just think, what do we mean by that? That's quite it's a term that's bandied around a lot.
Very much. It's like a buzzword, isn't it, at the moment? I think it's to do with making sure that you yourself are okay. You can't walk alongside somebody or help somebody else if you yourself aren't being filled up and refreshed. You can't give out of an empty cup. There's nothing left in there you can't give. And so it's being careful to ensure that you yourself are looking after yourself and making sure you take time to rest and be refreshed and recuperate yourself and be filled, so you can then give that to other people.
And I think what's interesting for Christians is that sometimes doesn't sit very comfortably with what we've been taught in the past, because some of us even remember an old chorus called Joy, and it stands for the words Jesus, others, yourself.
Yes.
In other words, put yourself last, and that will be giving you a life of joy. What would you say to a Christian who is struggling with that?
I think, first off, I think joy doesn't always spell joy, it spells burnout. If you put it like that, and putting yourself last. Self-care isn't selfish, it's important to make sure you yourself are being looked after. Obviously you need to follow Jesus and you want to help other people, and helping other people is sacrificial, but we come back to you can't give unless you yourself are filled up.
Yes, it's almost like good stewardship, isn't it?
Very much
We're
so.
looking after the thing that's most precious, which is ourselves, that God's gift. Yeah, indeed.
So the question is, how do we do this?
Yes.
How do we practice self-care?
I think for me, it's a lot about knowing myself and knowing what drains me and knowing what energises me. And I think also about having healthy rhythms, like healthy daily, weekly, monthly, even annual rhythms to recharge. So for me, it's things like swimming and friends, of course, and I have a spiritual director who I see regularly. Yeah, what about you, Dina?
I think quite similar. I like to go for walks. Some of the things I like doing best is sitting in the garden with a cup of tea and reading a book on a sunny afternoon. That really recharges me, and obviously spend time with God and spend time with friends.
Indeed. So we can remember that Jesus knows all about it. In fact, in Luke's Gospel, I'm often struck by the way it says that he often went away to a lonely place and prayed, and it makes me think, he knew what he was doing, and he knew how to care for himself.
Definitely.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you.